My girlfriend said she was on work trips. Then her husband called me while she was upstairs. I was making coffee when my phone rang and a guy asked, "Is Amy there?" I said, "She's getting ready for work. Who's this?" He answered like it was normal. "Ethan, her husband." I froze with the coffee pot in my hand. I said, "Sorry, what did you say?" He repeated it. "Amy Thompson's husband." "Who are you?" My mouth went dry. I said, "I'm her boyfriend." There was a long, ugly pause, and then he hung up. My hands started shaking. I walked upstairs trying to look calm. Amy was in our bathroom doing her makeup, leaning into the mirror. She glanced at me in the reflection. "Everything okay?" she asked, still brushing mascara. I sat on the edge of the bed and kept my voice steady. "I just talked to your husband." The mascara wand slipped and clinked into the sink. Her face went white. She turned slowly. "What did he say?" she whispered. I said, "He sounded confused that you have a boyfriend." She forced a nervous laugh and rolled her eyes. "We divorced years ago," she said. "It's ancient history. Don't worry about it." But we'd been together 6 years. She never once mentioned any marriage. She crossed her arms like I was the problem. "I'm going to be late," she snapped. She grabbed her purse, kissed my cheek with a fake smile, and walked out. The second I heard her car pull away, I started searching. I checked drawers, pockets, jackets, even the old gym bag she never uses. Nothing. Then I shoved past her winter coats in the closet. Way in the back were 2 black suitcases I'd never seen before. I unzipped one and found a Hilton receipt from London dated 3 weeks ago. London. She told me that week she was at a work conference in Manchester. I stood there holding the paper, feeling my ears ring. I ran to my laptop and pulled up our texts from that trip. She'd sent a selfie in a bland hotel room, then went quiet for hours at night. I used to think she was tired. Now it looked like a schedule. I went to the garage and started moving boxes. On the top shelf, sitting on an oil can, were Ford keys. We drive a Honda and a Toyota. My heart started pounding. I walked 2 blocks to the public parking lot and hit the unlock button. Lights flashed in the far corner on a silver Ford Fiesta. When I opened the door, cigarette smoke hit me. Amy swore she quit 2 years ago. I sat inside and opened the glove compartment. A flip phone, a wallet, a bottle of red nail polish, the pricey kind she always buys. My hands were so shaky I almost dropped the wallet. Inside were cards in Amy's name and train tickets to London, but the address on the cards wasn't ours. I turned on the flip phone and the lock screen made my stomach drop. It was Amy and Ethan on a beach, smiling. His arm was around her shoulders. On her hand was a ring I'd never seen. Behind them was a little boy, maybe 5, building a sandcastle. I stared at that photo until it stopped feeling like a picture and started feeling like proof. Suddenly a bunch of small things made sense. The monthly Manchester trips, the random smoke smell when she came home, the way she refused to meet me near her office, the way she'd step outside to take a call and come back glowing. I drove home numb. I didn't smash anything. I didn't call her. I put everything back exactly where I found it. Suitcases behind coats, keys on the shelf. Then I packed a bag with clothes, my laptop, and my charger. On the kitchen table, right in the center, I lined up the flip phone, the wallet, and the nail polish so she couldn't miss them. Then I sat in my car and called Ethan back. He picked up fast, like he'd been waiting. I said, "It's me, Amy's boyfriend." Or I guess I was. My throat tightened. "We need to talk." His voice cracked. "Yeah," he said. "Yeah, we do." He gave me his London address. I started driving. The whole time my phone stayed silent. No texts from Amy, no calls, like she was somewhere else pretending she wasn't 2 different people. When I got there, Ethan opened the door and looked destroyed. Red eyes, messy hair, like he hadn't slept. He didn't yell at me. He just stepped back and let me in. We sat in his living room and talked for hours, trading details like we were both trying to solve the same awful puzzle. He showed me wedding photos. He told me he thought Amy worked in Manchester during the week and came home to London on weekends. I told him about our apartment, our routines, the way she met my parents, the way she talked about our future like it was real. Each time I said something, Ethan's face tightened like he was getting hit again. A small sound came from upstairs, a kid shifting in bed. Ethan looked up and said quietly, "That's Harry. He's 5. I couldn't even answer. All I could see was that beach photo. Around 3 in the morning, Ethan leaned forward and said, "We should go to a lawyer. Together." I nodded once and said, "Yeah, together." And he pulled out his phone and started dialing. Now people are saying I went too far by calling him. Was I wrong here?